Some people say, oh man, the man. But I know that it's my own day.
Our journey picks up in Marsh Harbor, Abacos. After an amazing week here, it's time to continue heading south. We leave about midday and navigate the breaking waves on the Man-of-War Cut, then we're back on the open ocean. It's about 100 miles to our next port in Nassau. We sail through the night and avoid all the incoming cruise ships, then pull into a sweet little anchorage the following morning. We want to go ashore, so I dive in and check on the anchor, and I realize it's definitely time to clean the bottom. Not looking forward to it. Heading to town, we checked out the cruise ships and the stunning super yachts that are in town, then grabbed a fresh conch salad and relaxed on the beach within view of Grace. That's enough exploring for now though, so we headed back to the boat and finally cooked up some of that sero we bagged in the last video. Absolutely delicious. The next day was a little less picturesque.
So one of the reasons we're hanging out in Nassau is to hold out some bad weather. It has looked like this for about 24 hours. That guy just drug his anchor lost, and he's running around the boat. Holy shit, that lightning was close. We're up here in our foul weather gear ready in case we break loose. That lightning was really close. Really, really close. It's definitely scary. It's gonna be a long day for sure. Tomorrow we have more wind, less of this craziness, but tomorrow's not comfortable either. And tomorrow Christy and Cameron, our friends, arrive, and we wanted to go to the Exumas, so we got to figure out some plans. But it's pretty shitty right now. This is the dark side of living on a sailboat.
The next morning was beautiful, so it was time to gracefully head to the Denny dock and pick up our guest.
what's up, man?
This is Cameron. He's a good friend from college, a talented musician, and a great drinking buddy. I almost took his eye out once with a paper airplane, but luckily he forgave me.
Good to see you, buddy. How are you? Good. Welcome to paradise. What's up, Porter? How are you?
This is Christy. She's Cameron's fiance and also a very close friend of mine. She was my dancing partner for years, and we randomly won a lip sync competition once performing Jump by Crisscross.
Good to see you, girl. Oh my goodness. What's up, man? How you doing?
All right, good.
Awesome.
For you?
I'll grab that one. Welcome to paradise.
Oh, thank you.
Give me a hug.
Yes. Oh my God, we're so glad to be here.
I know, and I'm happy you guys are finally here.
We headed back to the boat to let them settle in and immediately got the drinks flowing.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Woo!
You gotta make eye contact, you know, it's 7 years of bad sex.
Oh.
We had to kill some time for the weather to settle a bit offshore, so we're hanging around Nassau today. We headed to Atlantis to check out the yachts and imagine what it would be like if we still had any money to spend after renovating a sailboat. But just passing through was cool enough though. Next, we headed to a little beach right off the cruise port where we pumped some tunes, did a bit of swimming, and of course, continued drinking. We took some time to get Charlie a bit more comfortable with the water, but it might have worked a little too well when Charlie built up the confidence to try and swim out to us.
He's a maniac.
He like tried to make his way through the waves. He got confidence out of nowhere. I don't know where it come from.
Separation anxiety.
After a bit more exploring, we shoved off and headed for our first experience at the epic tourist trap that is Margaritaville.
I like to replace the word problem with the word opportunity. I have a very serious drinking opportunity.
Cheers to that, buddy.
This local guy was cutting up some fresh catch dockside, so we got some tips on how to cut up some conch for ourselves. And I didn't know it, but apparently some people eat starfish too. That one's kind of weird to me. Cameron copped himself a conch salad, then we tore up some tuna nachos before the weather started to turn. We headed back to Grace where we had a nice little game night. I'd like to say it was a wholesome evening, but it was definitely just a binge drinking night disguised as a game night. And I tell you all this because tomorrow, a few of us would definitely regret our decisions.
Alright, good morning. It's time to go to the Exumas. As you already seen, we were drinking yesterday. We had a big night playing exploding kittens and it got out of hand.
We scarfed down some breakfast to help nurse our hangovers, then we weighed anchor and got underway. The weather had settled a little bit, but it was still pretty darn rough, and we simply had to go today.
This is one of those days, we have 2 meter swell. We have to keep beating into it, and then turning so it's on our starboard quarter to kind of work our way to the west side of Nassau. It's very uncomfortable. And my 2 friends here maybe had too much to drink yesterday as well. And,
it doesn't help.
It doesn't help, and they are, I feel bad for you guys. But it's gonna get better. We have like an hour left of this shit. If you guys
I saw all these videos on YouTube about chasing Grace charters and this Instagram page. It looks so amazing. And I get out here, I'm throwing my guts up over the side of the boat. Thanks to Captain here.
Yeah, hey look, I mean this is, the camera never does the wake justice, right? It never does the waves justice out here, but it's rocky for sure.
I felt bad that it was going to be rough since my friends were expecting a relaxing time, but on the bright side, we certainly had enough wind to do a bit of sailing.
Oh my god. We just got soaked on this side. We've been traveling all day and we're not done. We still have like 5-6 hours.
After about 8 hours beating into the wind and waves, the crew was over it, but we pressed on until nightfall when we could finally drop the hook.
Alright, so we're in Highborn Key. It wasn't where we were going to go, but we stopped here because it's an easy anchorage to get into at night. Today was one of the least enjoyable days we've ever had on the boat. Leaving Nassau, there was 2 meter swells were called for, and it was every bit of 2 meters and more. And getting to the west side of Nassau where we could turn down took us probably 3 times longer than it should have, at least, because we were only under motor, but we had to keep tacking into the swell and away from the swell so that we wouldn't be broadside to it, just to work our way west. And then, I mean, just all day it was like 25 knots of wind and swell and just beating into it for the last 6-7 hours. How was you guys' first day out on the water?
First day out on the water.
It was a proper first day.
I'll say 12 hours straight of choppy sailing was an experience I personally would not like to do again.
Same.
I just want to let you know, today sucked. We really did.
Alright, cool, good morning. It's a new day at Highborn Key. Today we had some breakfast, had chill one, watched the sunrise, avocado, bagels, blueberry muffins. Food is good for morale. We weren't planning on staying here at Highborn Key, but we're gonna dump some trash, gonna go ashore, check out the marina, just stretch our legs, let Charlie go to the bathroom, and then we're gonna work our way south a couple hours to go dive this plane wreck. Should be an awesome day.
Highborn Key was beautiful, and we were so excited to explore. But as soon as we got there, we were told we had to leave.
So we're leaving. We went and we were gonna pay to like drop the trash. It was $11 to drop a bag of trash. And they said if you're not provisioning, you must leave. It's a private island, so we're back.
I believe everything happens for a reason. And as we got back on course and headed south, we were blessed with an amazing sail.
She liked that. We're going 7 knots. Sailing conditions don't get better than this. Yesterday was so shit. And I guess we earned today. So we are going 7 knots. Main sail up and the head sail. The shape is beautiful. The water is crystal clear. We are in 16 feet under the keel, 20 feet of water basically, with some tide with us, high tide. Wind speed's low, 12, 13. Look at that. It doesn't get better than that. Calm ride, sunny day, nice breeze. Look at the sails, baby! Ow!
To this day, this is still my favorite sail we've had. I really felt like we had earned it after beating through rough weather for so long to get here. When we arrived in Norman's Key, Cameron and I launched the dinghy to go on a special mission while the ladies got to frying up some of that yummy fish. God, am I a lucky man or what? Cam and I were headed to scope out a sunken plane wreck we'd be diving in a few hours, but we also snuck a few Carolina brews and made a little booze cruise out of it. The plane looks absolutely epic, but there's also a pretty interesting backstory to make it even cooler.
That plane is a drug smuggling plane. It used to be Pablo Escobar's island?
Yeah.
How cool. And they were smuggling Colombian Bam Bam, and I guess they went down. And when at low tide, the plane is in like 4 feet of water or something crazy. So first we gotta fill our bellies. We've got a lot of sailing. God, today's so good, man. I don't even know what to say. I'm just stoked. Today's epic.
Back at the boat, I got to shaking while everyone else got to serving, and we had some killer fish tacos. Charlie's new favorite, I think. We launched the dinghy and headed back to dive into my happy place.
How sweet is this? Now we've got our own freaking private island, man, here.
Let's buy it.
Highborn Key. We can't afford it. We can't afford to buy this private island. We're just visiting. Look at this. This is the rocky side of our island. That's the beachy side where all the conch shells are. Look at his little eyes. Oh shit, the shell is literally like part of him.
I know.
That's so crazy. Like they literally grow it. You can see the slimy part that comes in this shell.
You can see the
Look
veins
at his
on this
big
one.
nose and eyes. He's like, hey, don't eat me, guys.
You can see his veins.
Don't worry, we're not gonna eat you. You're not fully developed. How good is this?
He's got sand on his nose. Tiny.
After an unforgettable dive and some relaxing time on the beach, it was time to head back to the boat and get some miles behind us.
All right, so 30-minute motor away. We're here at Shroud Key. Shroud K. Whatever, I don't know. We got some seagulls. Hey guys, we got some new friends on the boat. There's this beautiful, I guess, like lazy river type drift that we can take our dinghy through. That's super shallow water. 2 entrances like through the island. Anyway, it's beautiful here. Lots of boats, super yachts. We are way behind where everyone else is anchored because I'm so nervous about the depth and I'm trying to be conservative. But I'm cooking chicken Alfredo and asparagus and garlic bread right now. So we're gonna have a good night. We're gonna chill here, edit some video maybe. In the morning, bust out some of those activities, head south. It's so, that's the best thing about the Exumas, I think, is that like we went and did one cool thing at a cool place. We were there a few hours, loved it, fired up the motor. 30 minutes later, we're at a new place. I could get used to that. All right, it's a new day in Shroud Key. Woke up, small breakfast, got the cooler bag packed, some snackies. We're gonna go on this dinghy ride, this lazy river thing. So people keep telling me it's like a lazy river. God, look how nice it is out here. The water, still unreal. Surrounded by super yachts. And right over there, we're anchored out pretty far. Way over there is this lazy river dinghy ride. And look what we just inflated. Our new Charlie inner tube. Shout out to my brother, he gifted us that. Right now we're gonna go have a blast, I think. I'm really excited about this one.
We rode the dinghy into the Exumas Land and Sea Park. There's abundant sea life all over the Bahamas, but we're about to see why this place is next level.
This is the luckiest dog of all time. We just stopped at this picturesque beach. He sometimes potties on the boat, but when he gets to potty on a serene beach, he gets very excited. You can tell. By the way, on a scale of 1 to 10, how ridiculous do I look at this hat?
Nicely done.
Heck, dude. It's on the right that they were pointing at. I think I speak for everyone when I say that we're really happy we did this. This place is a legit oasis. We've seen like 3-4 sea turtles. The water is crystal clear. There's other dinghies and other people on charters, but it's unbelievable. There's another sea turtle right there.
Right up in front of us.
Literally just breaching in front of us. Casually swimming in front. They're all under us. They're not really running away. Cameron, I think you just said this is your favorite thing we've done so far.
Yeah, 100%.
So like, I think that we were kind of iffy on if we were gonna come because it's like this lazy river and it's just a creek, but you have to come. Like the video's not gonna do it justice. This place is stunning. It's free. It's worth the trip.
Stay on.
Hey, just came up.
There's another one.
Oh my.
All right, so we're done with the lazy river. Came back, quickly cleaned up the boat as a team, and now we are about to leave Shroud Key, head down to Compass Key. It's not far. Probably take us 5-6 hours sailing, and that'll probably be our day. We'll be poised to do Compass Key tomorrow. All right, time for the anchor. Kick ahead.
relaxing sail down to Compass Key. When we arrived and put the sails away, we were greeted by a huge group of super yachts. If working in yachting's taught me anything, when you see the big money around, you know you're in the right place to be. So excited for tomorrow, we watched the sunset go down and cooked up some fish curry to put a great cap on an amazing day.
Morning.
Good morning.
Oh no! Chase!
Chase, come here. You need to fill this out.
Yeah?
Yeah, of course.
Sweet. What a guest book, huh? It's pretty sweet, man.
Compass Cay Marina is beautiful, but it's famous for its nurse sharks. We wanted to let the tide rise a bit, so we headed to the beach to kill some time. If you haven't noticed, the Exumas is filled with perfect beaches, and it makes it real easy to unwind and catch a tan. After a few hours, we headed back to the marina to do some sticker bombing, and we finally got our chance to swim with the sharks.
I have to say, Compass Key was awesome, but we just got kicked out. The owner of the island said we have to leave because there's no dogs allowed, and I'm walking around with this on my back, so I think it's probably just because there's a bunch of wealthy people there. Like, there's like really wealthy charter guests on the island right there who paid so much money to be there. Like Michael Jordan's been at the island, and I'm walking around with this, so, and a GoPro, so I don't blame them for telling us we should leave. So we're going to Staniel Key to get some diesel because we're out, which is never fun. And then weather is coming in tomorrow. Tonight at like midnight, really bad wind and swell comes racing down the Exumas and lingers through Saturday. And so we wanted to do some more cool stuff here and hang out, do some excursions, but we've talked about it as a crew. And I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut the trip short a little bit here, and we're gonna make a cut through to the Atlantic side, race down to Great Exuma, where Cameron and Christy's flight will be on Sunday. Spend the next 2 days there because the storm's going to be bad and I'd rather be on anchor. There's not really a great situation because there's not any protected anchorages for us. You know, we can't really be on the west side of the Great Exuma Island during the storm, and the swell and the wind will be coming from the east. So we'll still have a really swelly anchorage. It's not going to be super comfortable, but the last thing we want to do is sail in it because our first day was just rough and everyone got sick. So we got to go grab this fuel, see some pigs. We're going to try to go through this cut just south of Staniel Key to get to the Atlantic side, and then beeline it for Great Exuma. Hopefully get there late tonight, just as the weather's setting in. So we got a lot of hustle and bustle ahead of us.
The sail to Staniel Key was a quick, enjoyable one. When we dropped the hook, I ran on a quick mission for the diesel, then we headed to the infamous Pig Beach. If you don't know, pigs shit everywhere. That means it's all over the beach and in the water. So I could have skipped this one, but for some reason, ladies just adore these things. So we simply had to stop in. Back at the boat, we raised the dinghy again and I strapped it in good for our offshore sail. I was nervous to cut through the rocks to the Atlantic side, especially after reading some pretty nasty stories about this cut, but I took it slow and kept my eyes glued to the chart plotter the whole way through. I think our guest enjoyed the view a lot more than I did.
Those are the kind of things like when I'm on like Parsifal, like when I'm on some other boat, and I look out the side, wow, this is awesome. But now that I'm driving, I'm like, God, please don't let me hit this shit.
Once through, we kept the motor on and pulled out the headsail to make an 8-knot beeline towards Georgetown. We sailed through the sunset and finally arrived in our anchorage about 3 a.m. The next morning, we woke up sheltered in a cruiser's paradise. Georgetown is very popular with sailors, and it's not hard to see why. We stayed on the boat that morning, banged out some laundry, and shared a great breakfast before headed to the famous Chat and Chill. It's a beachfront cruiser's bar with lots of character, decently priced hamburgers, and perfect spots for stickers. We hung by the volleyball court and grabbed some grub before taking a look at the local wildlife. We headed to another little beach where Charlie made some friends and I finally passed out for a while. I guess all the work and partying caught up to me. Charlie was smart enough to watch my back from some nearby shade though. Next, we headed down to the Sandbar, another little beachfront tiki bar, but this one has a freaking pool table right on the beach. We vibed, dropped one more sticker bomb, then Charlie got to meet one of his cousins. I wasn't drinking today, but that didn't stop Cameron from trucking on by himself. He put on quite the show for us. We decided it was time to head back to the boat. We cooked up a bitchin' dinner and watched the night roll in. The next morning was a very special one.
The Lord is risen. Happy Easter. We're here for pig roast and stingrays in the water.
Charlie made some more friends. We got a great opportunity to pet the rays. Then we repented for our sins and enjoyed an Easter meal.
I think we're gonna end the video here. I gotta say goodbye to Cameron and Christy. We're gonna take you to the taxi and drop you off, but this is a good place to say goodbye. They just bought us Easter Sunday pig roast dinner on the beach. One of the best Easters I've ever had. I want to say thanks for watching. Exumas were great. And with great company, then life is good.
Sure is.
Tune in next week as we go to Turks and Caicos, or not. We don't know. We have light plans. Got to get down there. We'll see if we make it. Love you guys. Hit subscribe. Have a great day. Happy Easter.
Please do not fall.
You're just so tall. I can't go to the floor.
You can go to the step.
Okay, ready? I'm gonna hold on to you and I'm gonna come down. Ready?
Oh God, Chris.
What the fuck is going on here?
Off. Okay, so go into this corner.
No! No! How? How? Son of a bitch! And back. Chase, don't you shake your head at me.
It's about to get so annoying.
Alcohol's fun, Christy.
Yes.
Oh my God. Go on to the next boat. Go on to the next boat. Get on, Hey, I'm gonna get you. Don't shit on my boat. Don't shit on my boat. Hey. Hello. I don't care. Go. Go shit on someone else's boat. Thank you. You too. Hey. I go get you. Can you go somewhere else? Don't come back. All right, fine. Whatever.
Ah! Sea monster! It's just Christine, don't worry.
We're gonna sit inside Big Charlie. See, he's comfy. This is nice. You don't have to be afraid of him. You don't like him? You don't like? You don't like Big Charlie? Unappreciative. This is bullshit.